Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all enjoyed the last video that I post. And if you are new, welcome. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel as yet, please go ahead and do so you won't be missing any future uploads. So what we're going to be doing today, we are going to be baking a carrot cake. So first we're going to start off by grating the carrot. And we want to go ahead and grate that carrot because we want to get every single thing inside of the cake. Now we're going to be adding 2 cups of flour, all-purpose flour. You can use baking flour if you like, but I'm going to use all-purpose flour. Then I'm going to be adding 2 teaspoons of baking soda, also 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Now you want to be careful with that baking powder because it can let it swell too much and also give it a really bad taste. But what I did is I add an extra teaspoon of baking powder because I was going to do just a little bit more, so I had more of that. Now what I'm doing is try to get the cinnamon out of the cinnamon pan, which now that I think about it, I think I should have gotten a different cinnamon, but it's okay, I got it done. So what I'm doing, I'm mixing all of that together, and then after I finish mixing, we are going to move over to mostly liquid part of it. I forgot to put the salt, so that is what I'm doing now. So I'm mixing the salt, and now we are moving over to something else. So now we're starting off with 1 cup of oil. 1 cup of white sugar. And I do love my sugar, even though you know sugar isn't good for you, but it helps with the cake, and that's what I'm going for. So a next cup of brown sugar, and that's 1 cup of brown sugar. I didn't fill the brown sugar all the way up. I think that was about half cup. Now I'm going to be adding my vinegar, which is 2 spoons of vinegar, but you can use more if you like. But actually I didn't use 2, I think I used 4 teaspoons of vinegar because I love vinegar. I love the taste that it gives, and I just love that smell that it brings off, so I use it more than 2 spoons. But you can go ahead and use 2 spoons if you like, that's optional. And now I'm just going to be adding in my eggs. I actually use 4 eggs, but I think a clip with 1 part of the egg got missing, so you maybe only see 3. I don't know, but if it is only 3 you see, then I had 4. So guys, I want to take this time to say, if you like my cooking videos or baking, which baking and cooking kind of roll under the same category to me, so if you like those videos and also like my cleaning videos, please let me know, because that is what I do here. But sometimes I will be posting cooking, sometimes I will be posting cleaning. This isn't my first time baking, but it's my first time trying this recipe. I love carrot cake. I wouldn't say it's my favorite cake because I'm not a cake person like that, and I'm not an ice cream person either. I don't really love sweets, but if I like something, I like it, I guess. But yeah, so it's my first time trying this cake, and I think it turned out pretty good in the end. I like the finishing of it, so that was a plus. So now I'm just going to be mixing everything together, my all-purpose flour, and now I'm just going to take the time to mix it part by part, because you don't want to do everything at once because you don't want it to lump up on you. So I'm just going to take this time and mix it first. I do the first part, and now I'm doing the second part of it. So you just want to take your time and mix it all the way in until it's completely smooth out. And after it's all smooth, then you can go ahead and add a next section of it. Now it's all smoothing, so I'm going to be adding the last part of my all mixed flour that already have everything in it. And now I'm just going to mix that again Yes, I mixed it again. I'm just going to give you a close-up of what it looks like at this time, and I just love that. I love the scent of it, and I love how it looks. I can just taste it, which I did anyway, so it's fine. But guys, as you can see, I only have one whisker on that thing. That's because the pieces that originally came with it, I think they got broken. I'm not quite sure what happened to them, or they end up playing Dalios or something. I don't even know, guys, but I really need to get back one of this. But for right now, this is working perfectly fine. It did the job well, so I have nothing to worry about. So what I did now was had my raisin and my shredded carrot, which I grated from scratch. I don't know where you are, but if you wish to try this, I would tell you grate your carrot from scratch, because that will make it turns out perfect. Just perfect. Now you just look at what I am mixing and how beautiful it looks. Gosh, I just couldn't wait for it to finish to taste it, which I did, and I enjoyed it. And if you guys try this recipe, please let me know. I would really like to know how it turns out. I would really like to know how it turns out, because I don't know, I love cooking, I love baking, I love trying new things, and I guess that's just me. So what I'm doing now, I'm just going to be greasing my pans, and I wash my hands, guys. I wash my hands because I've noticed that I've never mentioned in none of my videos that I wash my hands when I'm doing anything, which I do. I'm always washing my hands. So because I didn't have anything that I could use to put around, and I didn't want to use that. That's a baking, that's a, I don't even remember what it named. I could have used that, but I've never using that in this one before. So, and as I said, it's my first time trying this. So I didn't want to chance it, and then it didn't turn out perfectly. So I just use oil, and I use my hand because, as I said, I didn't have anything that could actually use to do it, which I washed my hands before I did that. So I'm just going to go ahead and grease my next pan, and then we're going to put them both in the oven. But I don't know if my parchment paper is going to be turning up anytime soon, because I really don't remember. But not parchment. I don't know why I keep saying parchment. It's not parchment, it is grease paper. Yes, I learned that it's grease paper, not parchment paper. I don't know why I keep saying that, but anyhow, I don't know if it's going to be turning up in the clip, so I'm just going to let you know that I will be adding my grease paper to the bottom of my tin, so it won't be sticking to the bottom of the pan, and I like that about it. So okay, there it is. I did, yeah, it was there. So anyhow, as I said before, and I also grease my grease paper. Guys, make sure that you also grease your grease paper, because you don't want it to be stick to the bottom of the grease paper when you're finished and can't come off. So make sure that you grease that as well, so you won't be having any issue when you're done. And that is if you're going to try this recipe. If you're not going to try it, then it is fine. So now guys, we have finished putting in our grease paper and greasing our pans, and now we are ready to put in our baking mix. So I've preheated my oven at 180 degrees, because I think that's the best one to use on my oven. I don't have 350 because I mostly hear about 350, but I don't have that. And I'm not going to put it at the highest one because I want that. I will just work with what works best for me when I am baking, and that's what works best for me. So I'm just going to put in everything, put this in the oven for an hour. I did this for an hour, and I bake it at 180 degrees in my oven. So if you have a oven like mine, then you can go ahead and bake it at that time, at that degrees, for that length of time, and tell me how it works out for you. So guys, my cake is done and ready. What you see there was me sticking it with my knife, and you can use like a toothpick as well to test it to see if anything comes up on it, then you know it's not finished. And I tested and nothing came up on it. I tested with my knife and it came up clean, so I said yes, and I did that more than once, as you can see on it. Then yes, that I did that more than once. Now we are going to be making our frosting. So first we are going to be adding our cream cheese. And guys, if you're going to try this, as I have to say, if, because yeah, you don't must try it, but it's fine. If you're going to try it, make sure that you take the time out to get that cream cheese well mixed it out properly, because it gives me a really hard time. But now I'm adding in my icing sugar, which I had 4 tablespoons, but first I had two first, and trying to mix it out little by little, but it was giving me a little bit of trouble, but it's fine. I get it done. As you can see, it was kind of flying all over the place, but I just try put the whipper on the lowest one yet, so it wasn't that bad. Yeah, and then I'm gonna add some more, and this is going to be the last 2 scoops of this. And then after this, we're just going to be adding the whipping cream, which eventually let this seems a bit more easier to handle, and I like that about it. And it tastes really really good, because the leftover frosting, I actually had some of it, which the rest of it is just on the fridge, and I think that is fine. Now for the very beautiful part. Oh my God, now look at that. Can you see all that raisin? And this is why I said make sure you grease the tin, the, sorry, I don't know, from I get to understand that it's not called parchment paper anymore and grease paper. I just can't remember to say grease paper, so sometimes I really forget what I'm saying. But yes, this is what I'm saying. Make sure you grease the paper so it comes out really good. Like, no, the bottom of that was perfect, and I like the ending of it. It was so beautiful. So now let's check if this next one comes out the same way as this one. And keep that fingers crossed, keep that fingers crossed, keep that fingers crossed. Okay, I'm sorry. But anyhow, it did turn out exactly like it. Look at that, look at that, look at that. And it's perfect. Yay! Now we're just going to be adding our frosting, and this is the final touch to our carrot cake. And guys, it was wonderful. It tastes so good. It tastes really good. Now look at that. I got some mess all over the place, but it's fine. I'm going to be cleaning when I'm finished anyhow, so it is fine. So guys, it has come to the end of this video. It was really nice sitting here talking to you guys. It feels like I'm talking to myself, but no, I'm not, because I know I'm going to get a lot of reaction out of it. So I know I'm not talking to myself. And this is it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great weekend. Goodbye.